Hello guys, Lifkin here, and we are looking at a $400 gaming PC that will give you the performance for a great buck. So, what we got here is a quad-core CPU, a fair motherboard, good memory, good storage, and an awesome graphics card for the money. So, guys, we start our build with the AMD A8 5600K 3.6 GHz quad-core processor. It's currently on $70 and it's cheaper than some of its brothers like the Athlon 760K, and it delivers around the same performance and it has a higher clock rate. So you can also just boost this bad boy, just overclock it a little, and you will get some good performance out of this for a great price. So the motherboard, it's just a regular motherboard, nothing special with it. It holds everything we need, including the graphics card and 2 slots of memory. That's why we only went with one stick of 8 GB memory on this build for $64 or $65. So the storage here, we have just a normal 2 TB hard drive, and for an amazing price, one of the best gigabytes per dollar you can get on the market right now. So the spine of this build is on the R9 272 GB from PowerColor. So it's an amazing video card. It delivers solid performance for it, and the amount of money you can just spend on this and get the performance, it's wow. You get the performance you pay for. That's what this card is, and you maybe even getting a little more because it delivers so good on that power. So the case, just a normal case, ATX mid tower, delivers all we need and doesn't look too shabby. And the power supply is a Coolmax 600 watt 80 plus certified ATX power supply. It's a good power supply, and there's some mail-in rebates right now which will make this build in a total under $400 or $395 and 42 cents including shipping. So guys, with this build you can play everything, mostly everything. Maybe not ARM at the best settings because it's heavily relying on their CPU. This is not the best CPU in the world, we know that. Maybe the quad cores of the Intel is better, like the i5 series, but it's more expensive, and for this price range it's very good. You will run Battlefield from high to ultra settings, easy. If you want to get a little more frames per second, you can probably just turn on Mantle, which is our own API that will give take off load on your CPU and put it on your GPU. So let's take a closer look on some of these parts, the video card and the CPU. So guys, here we are on the PowerColor's home site, and we're looking at their 270 2 GB OC model, and as we can see the clock is okay. It's overclocked, so you get some better performance there. If you want to overclock yourself, you can do it. It's able to do this, and as we can see on the pictures right here, it looks pretty okay actually. The graphics card has a own look to it. It see, it doesn't look like anything I had before. It looks pretty special, and well, it kind of looks like an MSI, but it's not. It got its own propeller and its own shell and its own cooling system. So it's a very solid card, and you get a DisplayPort, HDMI and DVI. So it's not the best outports. You can maximum probably have 2-3 screens on this one, but for the price it's good and it delivers the performance we need. It's a dual link DVI, as you can see here by the plus sign. That means you can use the adapter and you can just hook up an older screen if you want to, like a VGA screen. And 1080p, this should do fine. You can get crossfire, maybe not the best with the motherboard we're driving or going with, but if you want to go crossfire with this, you should get a little bit better motherboard and maybe a little bit better CPU. So, but for this price range, we're just sticking with the one good solid graphics card, and this is the R9 270. Okay, for the last thing we're looking at here, we're just looking at the CPU. So it's a quad-core A8 series from AMD, and I've actually used this CPU before. It's a very good CPU, it delivers for the money, I tell you that. But currently now I've upgraded to a better CPU, and that's because I got some more money, and I moved it on to someone else who needed it more than I did. So it's still in use and it delivers pretty good performance. So the base clock is 3.6 GHz and it will boost on to 3.9 out of the box. So the max temperature on this is getting closer to 74, so it's a little bit high. You could probably get some CPU coolers to cool it down, and maybe probably overclock a little further. I don't know how much you can overclock with the motherboard we have, but you could probably get a little bit. If you want to overclock more, you should get a better main board or motherboard. So the memory interface, well, that's counts as something on the CPU, but it's also, you can see on the motherboard, but we got 1600 megahertz and we have a graphics card, so we don't need the fastest RAM. So it has just some standard cache here. It's a 32 nano it's made on a 32 nanometer die, and that's why it generates a little more heat, or more heat than the, for example, the Haswell processor or the Devil Canyon processor from Intel, because it's on the 28 nanometer technology. So it uses less power and it's more efficient, but it's cheap, this but it's not like overrated and stuff. It does deliver the performance you need. That's what we are after. So guys, this has been a $400 build, a very good build. Maybe you could build this for the holidays. So this is November now. It's actually the November of 19th, and you can get this before Christmas, and when you get to Christmas and after Christmas and next year, you can game on a PC. Join the PC gaming people. We're good guys mostly, but yeah, good $400 PC, guys. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share, help me build my channel, and we will make some of this build come true. I'll see you guys on the battlefield.